Carlos King is a television producer. I am the co-executive producer of Housewives of Atlanta, VH1 Mondays night at 8 o'clock. I'm also CEO of Kingdom Reign Entertainment, which is a production company that I just started, and I'm doing a couple of projects in Atlanta just to keep my foot wet. And you know, I'm a son, I'm a friend, and I'm just a fun person. How I got started in television is I went to school for it, of course. I moved to New York in 2003. I'm from Detroit, so I decided to move to New York to get my, entertainment experience started. I interned at various places: The View, 2020, BET, Primetime Live, so many networks and companies. And my first job was at BET. I was a production assistant for this show called BET Style that Melissa Ford and Tigger hosted at the time. And from there, my career just kind of trajected toward doing reality. And my first reality show was The Real Housewives of Atlanta. I was an associate producer for that show, and I did 4 seasons of it. And then I just worked for Oprah Winfrey, The Real Housewives of New Jersey, and now I'm just doing Love and Hip Hop.
He's just doing it all.
I tried to do it all. I'm very ambitious, very focused. Once I got my mindset on something, I just go after it. I'm very blessed and humbled to be able to work on shows that I'm passionate about. The best thing about working in television is you get to meet so many different people. And the reason why I'm able to have a career that has spawned, so quickly is because I'm able to network. Networking is the biggest way to get your career started. You have to meet the right people, you have to be in the right room, and when you are in the room, it's up to you to really walk up to those people and, pitch yourself. I pride myself on being somebody who's always, fun, loving, happy, and once people get this good spirit and vibe from you, they're much easier to open up to you. And then once you have the experience to back it up and the drive and the work ethic, then that keeps you in the door. I pride myself on, again, just being somebody who's friendly, but the thing that keeps me inside of that door is the fact that I work hard. So it's easy to, get in the door, but the hardest thing is to stay inside. But networking is the number one rule in terms of trying to really break into this business. You have to network, and you have to have an internship, for sure. Yeah, it's so funny, my resume is so diverse in terms of my TV experience. I worked for Oprah Winfrey, and now I'm working for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. 2 totally different shows, 2 totally different demographics, 2 totally different quality of shows. But what I pride myself on too is working for Oprah was great. It was a successful show for her network. And doing Love and Hip Hop to me is just as equally great, is because I'm able to show people that I'm diverse in terms of what I can do. I'm able to produce shows that different people can watch, that fits all types of demographics. So doing Love and Hip Hop Atlanta is fun because it's my first time dabbling into the hip-hop world, and doing Housewives of Atlanta, where you have this upper echelon of women, the high society world, where they're all like shishi fufu, oh my gosh, I'm fabulous, all these parties, whatever. So to go from doing that to going to this nitty-gritty side of Atlanta, where it's this hip-hop world, I had no idea that these type of people existed. So that was interesting. I like doing shows that are challenging. I like doing shows where I don't understand these people, but I get to, peel their layers and kind of showcase their, their true lives on television. And then a lot of people think Love and Hip Hop Atlanta is scripted because it's so bizarre, to say the least. But, these are these real people lives, and that's a joy that I like in terms of working reality TV. The show is not scripted, but the way you deal with people's storylines is every day you talk to the cast member, and then you kind of but you kind of discover what they're going through by talking to them. And once you gather the information, it's your job to piece it together. So for example, if Stevie J is telling us, me and Jocelyn got into an argument last night because of blah, 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 blah. We're like, okay, fine. We got the information, so what we're gonna do with that information is film you guys talking about the argument. Well, I'm mad at you because you did X, Y, and Z. You know what I mean? And a lot of times you just put people in a room and you may expect one thing to happen based off of the information you gather, and then a curveball comes and you're like, oh shit, I didn't know that's gonna happen. You know, but Jocelyn told Stevie J, my fairy godmother is late. We're like, what? You're pregnant? Had no clue. So we said, okay, do you think you're pregnant? And she was like, yeah. So we said, okay, let's take a pregnancy test on camera. So we took a pregnancy test on camera, and she found out she was pregnant, and we said, okay, go tell Stevie. So we had no idea that she was gonna tell Stevie, you know, we've been fucking for the past 4 months. We're like, oh! So again, you take the information and you put those people in the room together and you just roll the cameras. And that's how you are able to develop a storyline, because you follow what's gonna happen.